kind of believe in this system. Vinny obviously coming in as an in-game leader and having to evolve quite some time now in doing so. This is, you know, the same core that went ahead and established more Brazilian teams at majors with their Copenhagen performances. That is when we saw these deep runs by Pain, this deep run by Imperial, and establishing that much more space for more Brazilians to ride their coattails and try to maximize every chance at further majors. So it's them that got them here, and it's them to take a swing at it again. A 1-0 game between Imperial and FlyQuest, and it's Vexite with the first blood towards B.
Yeah, let's run it up. Quick and decisive so far. Shot through smoke, and he picks one up.
Nicely done. Very clean. You get that back quickly, you fall back slightly, and fast flank down middle by Imperial. 3 players trying to go for that charge. Cello hits the ground, bomb goes into sight. And we're gonna be talking man advantage, FlyQuest on the close tuck by Inns. No, he doesn't see him. He's down beneath.
Gotta clear that.
Good headshot coming out from Inns, looking for another here on Banana, but then we get the double kill back from Try. A lineup from behind Car. And suddenly back to the even 2v2. JKS towards Quad takes the next fight on his terms. We get this climb up out of Try, looking for a third on the round. Good duel towards Dark. Bit of a labored effort. Not able to get it. Vexite finds it instead, and it is FlyQuest to put this one over the line, winning out Pistol on this T side.
Yeah, we get the Inferno match to decide it all here. I think obviously the nice thing about best of ones is you're never going to get like a map you hate in a best of one, which sometimes brings out the best. Sometimes you get an interesting veto. See a moment like this though, and you go, this should be part of the protocol. Check below you on the half wall when you get boosted up. It's a very high likelihood someone plays in there if someone's from the corner or someone's not in the corner. But the FlyQuest 1-0 quick, good job in the post plan. Put the bomb down for a little extra money, and force up comes back for Imperial.
This was a conversation that was going down across the games earlier today, but best of ones at a major, high octane situation. I think, you know, you're looking to set tempo, you're looking to set pace, you're looking to come into the server and show that you can control the situation. Beautiful start for FlyQuest in doing so. Charge down that B-bomb site. You stave off this like Try heroic moment at getting 3 kills. Very quickly netting up in through the apartments into Boiler as well. Last thing FlyQuest can or should do, play as a shell of themselves.
So some good site selection going on here. It'll be a 5v1 inside of A. There should be no way to stop this, Connor.
Should be. Won't be. That frag drop from No Way, or just holding on to it still. Smokes for the wraparound. You can go ahead and keep your head tucked. Now that you've been spotted, nice ding.
Oh, nice.
And he finishes off Vexite, so it's about all you could ask from him. Bomb gets scooped back up, and the majority of Imperial still nowhere to be found. We go 2-0 FlyQuest converting off a pistol.
So I'm assuming you have FlyQuest in this game.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Just slightly?
More than slightly, actually.
Yeah, more than slightly. I'm like 65-35, it feels.
I'll go 66-34.
66-34, okay. Yeah, Imperial's lineup. I mean, for a while it was kind of like, Try, I just want you back on 9Z, playing with Max, and
right.
trying to, you know, make that work. But there has been, it's just interesting because we're now in a world where all the conversations in Brazil are around Legacy. Spheria go international, now Legacy are like the, you know.
And Pain on the weekends.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, definitely. Pain on the weekends. Pain at majors, absolutely.
Sure.
No, we can definitely say that. But just with how fast they've risen, but they're the team that haven't been a part of the shuffle at all. Like even getting 2-Mount didn't really interrupt anyone's plans, I think, in Brazil when it came to trying to sign players. But here are Imperial trying to make that perfect move. In South America, obviously, Try is someone they've had to call over. But someone who made tons of sense, like so much promise, so much potential, amazing highlights from him in his short career so far. And at first, within IGL was like, oh, how long is he going to call for? But now, you know, it's been a good amount of time. Like, he is definitely going to be remembered maybe as an IGL at this point in his career. Wouldn't say he's exceptional so far, but good.
Speak of another player that's shown promise in this jersey, Skulls tucking into the pit, not alone. In fact, not within pit and not within this A site. Strong majority of Imperial this time around. The last stack missed this time, technically in position if FlyQuest were to come through with a follow-up, but no commitments yet.
Not a huge fan of just no scouting, no forward pressure here. At least we've got the chaining of smoke going on for Vinny, so he can really put pressure on the B side. And after this next one, I think FlyQuest have a harder decision to make. I think there's a part of them that wants to try to test this, but they won't cause any rotations. Now they'll have the hardest possible entrance to a win.
Will gets through the smokes. Inns loses vision of the player on site, but he's going to chase this one down.
Back. Looks like they might, yep.
Started to crawl over at 25 seconds. Definitely still time to do this. You don't want to lose track of Vinny, and you don't want to give him a gun inside of orange. Vinny is making this crawl back towards being much sketchier all of a sudden, and he's got Vexite just playing with him. Well done by Vexite, just dodging that duel, allowing for Vinny to empty the magazine, and then they clean it up. Gets scary for a second, but it is still a good move by FlyQuest. Absolutely justified moving these pieces into the B site instead, and now we'll see if Imperial want to take any kind of a swing at this. I think flash primed by Cello here. Here we have it. 3 pistols ahead of that flashbang, but they all kind of jump up on the corner, and Regali controls the AK for the double kill. Vexite right back to the kill feed, and FlyQuest in full control of this situation. Go 3-0 the start.
Yeah, solid. I think there's a point in FlyQuest's sort of story where that round ends in tragedy because they commit to the A site, and the scouting is a little late where it's sort of uncomfortable. Vinny nearly makes something happen, but the fact that they just were willing to cancel that commitment to A, go back to B, and did have enough time to plant, like these are the kind of rounds, if FlyQuest survive, they are going to be able to get through the stage. This is a much better sign from them. That looked good. And they punished Imperial for playing very passive on both sides of the map.
Stuck in the fire here, Vexite down to 50. That's a good cleanup for Imperial's first real round.
Yeah, pretty massive risk for Vexite there. You know they can't fish him out of sandbags.
Nothing to really tug at over towards A site either in that moment. So we get a pause here by FlyQuest for a second. Clock goes to 1:10.
I want to see some mid-round protocols from Imperial. I mean, I don't care if they've just got the first kill. If they don't keep applying pressure, if FlyQuest are searching properly, they will make them regret not looking. Oh, that's free. Oh, the push through the smoke, that's cheeky. And now you regret not having info or pushing a little bit just because you're 5v4.
See if Tri decides to go back at this.
They can't sack one on a scout. Tri could really win this round back if they walk into him.
First pickup's easy. Inns just tiptoes his way into his demise. We see that flash come over Coffins, forces Regali back for a second. So you see that look over towards Arch side.
It made it look
feel
like
Regali getting close.
He's going to go through the smoke. He can get. Oh, he's not.
No, he's going to play the pit side instead. Gets contact to Skulls, who's now pinned into oranges. But you know there was a player on Coffin. That flashbang came out from Cello just moments ago. So Regali turns his back over and dies, but a clean nade from Nedic off spawn. Good trades back from JKS, and these are the positions you want this guy in. Trade frags into a 1 versus 2 and an upgrade with just a bit of time. There's going to be that small question in Imperial's minds. There's no kits for this. And so that retake demanded of Tri's op.
They need to try to join up. Otherwise, if he makes it a 1v1, it's going to be his round to lose.
It's going to be tough to get together. That cross behind the church door. Timing, though! Tri connects at the perfect moment, keeps his eyes towards that back door as his teammates started to run around in the bomb site. That audio on site caused JKS to want to go take a look, and as he tries to, the clutch comes up empty-handed for JKS.
Yeah, JKS a little frustrated. Could have made something happen earlier there, but yeah, the way that Imperial were playing that, they definitely left room for a big tragedy to happen. This round they get away with barely. Yes, Inns makes kind of a risky move, but they're the ones who are down a player. They need to try to make something happen, so it's a good attempt. Cello in the end of that round, I mean, he kind of allowed for a plant. If he peeled back and got a kill late, waited for a rotation, that probably would have been the safer bet, but they still pick up the round.
Jostling towards Banana this round, but no commitment from either side. You know, there's not been a lot of contact inside of apartments so far for FlyQuest to have to handle. I think Nedic's somebody who will sign up for those kinds of fights early, but just hasn't found his duels. And within that space, well, we see what happens when Inns feels comfortable enough to give a challenge. And yet again, he's thinking about it. Gives a jiggle to try. It's cover off of the balcony.
Oh, late.
No way gets the kill, but it costs him his opper. And a frag sails between the T's as Regali goes quickly into that space, right? They want to keep this pressure up. They want to move that momentum onto site. Cello's going to keep his head tucked, but he'll be found out. Regali's going hunting and not leaving any stones unturned.
That was a little bit greedy from No Way. I mean, you kind of knew what was happening right there, especially after you failed to trade. That was your opportunity. Ooh, clean one in for Vexite too, and that's nearly everyone dead now for Imperial. That round's not a great look from Imperial, that's for sure.
So they win one. FlyQuest, instant rebuttal.
It's a mechanical thing, but like, you know, No Way really could have easily saved the op if his spray was on point. I think he had to shoot through the corner of his smoke, but yeah. I'm pretty sure it was his own, so got to be prepared for that situation.
Both facts. Also think he could have been up on the railing to find clean vision,
yeah.
So just a moment there that gets punished, but a moment of his own creation. And then also, shout out that fast move by Regali to slide ahead.
I think that's a moment where, you know, if you're going to take Satan out to sea, you better be prepared to bring him back to land.
A wise man
you know
once
what
said.
I mean? That's the first thing that came to my mind. And this is the risk that he took. And, you know what? He was ready for it. He was just, the spray was just not good. Yeah, so.
It's that push. Regali catching No Way in transition to the site. Put all the pressure on Cello, who decided to go passive. And that decision to go passive only works if you don't get cleared. But doesn't feel like FlyQuest are off the ball at the moment. So staying sharp.
You see tries like, okay, well, no, I don't get it up.
Vinny trying to make work of this one M4 save.
Up there?
That's ambitious out of Vinny, but he's an ambitious kind of guy.
Yes, he is.
And so that M4 quickly changes hands into skulls instead at half health, but at least Kevlar, he'll fade back into the B site. It's another moment where you're FlyQuest, you're feeling real comfortable with this one. 4-1 T-side lead, the money of Imperials in shambles.
I mean, maybe staying up there was a nice risk to take considering their guns. If they didn't push through it, if he's a one of two guns and it's a hero play, then okay. But FlyQuest, all their protocols looking perfect. We're running through this game so far. And yeah, you mentioned Azure. It's got to have had a big impact, though.
Has to.
You know, on the calling and everything, because that was the thing that stood out the most. It's always the calling. Who's the caller in Australia that's going to make this team work? And when Inns was taken over, it's like calling's a little oversimplified. It's not elite world level calling, definitely not. But with the help of a good coach, it looks like they're bringing the best out of him.
I think it also, again, like just jostling around some positions was a big one, right? You're putting Vexite now in that spot to kind of be the guy. It's the tirade one that Chad Sponge Burchill had to offer us earlier today. And obviously keen with the inner workings of an Australian hopeful. But I mean, why not use Azure, right? Kind of sitting in Europe for quite some time.
Yeah.
Waiting to be used. Again, a wealth of experience.
Yeah.
And until Sponge is ready to go coach.
Absolutely.
Azure's your next best bet.
That'll be a surreal moment. We've had every sort of like fantasy roster move. Sponge to FlyQuest coach would be the craziest of them all.
I mean, maybe he could do it part-time. Stay with us on the casting desk.
I think they need a full-time guy.
Oh, okay.
They can't have an absentee coach.
Damn. Well, for now, he's ours. And for now, it's all FlyQuest, baby. 5-1 the lead on this T side. And again, convincing rounds too, right? We haven't really seen them push to the absolute limits.
Not liking this Inferno from Imperial so far. It's all too passive on ecos. It's the setups that they have on rifles, obviously not great. The mechanics aren't bailing them out in certain situations, so even when they get a 5v4, they don't look too safe to me. And 1 round so far this game says enough. Imperial 2018. So the first time we really heard about them, though, was at Antwerp, right?
Yeah.
So
Fallen's project. One last dance.
I didn't even realize they existed before then, I'm not going to lie to you.
They must have been doing something.
The FlyQuest fans are out.
Growing in numbers after the performance to kick off today. Taking down Stage 1 favorites of Legacy. And you know, that one boils down to train. I think our desk had that conversation about vetoes and Legacy letting that one leak through. You know, one of the teams that tries to play a 7-map pool kind of bit them. They kick this one off, but you know, they're used to being the underdogs and not quite as comfortable in the spotlight, perhaps. FlyQuest making mincemeat of them and following forward with momentum here. Again, they're going to go and challenge Banana. Again, that's going to draw somebody over. Try here with the op posted already, but the utility coming over top from Imperial, that's just going to flush FlyQuest back slightly. Frag grenade chipping away at 2, as it is Imperial to not just throw nades, but follow forward. Take control of this one. Try to keep Try's angles posted properly.
It's just the perimeter defense. At least they're holding on the car. But I can't help but feel like FlyQuest, they can just like delay grenades. They don't have to push too quickly. They know that things are giving up. You see that JKS by himself. He's established bracket control, and there's some good damage, but he's gonna have to reload.
Yeesh. Just
there's
enough.
No one covering this.
Ops right there on the corner.
Oh, that's a big mistake, man.
It hits the headshot, and with low health on 2 players, it's still numbers pushing in. We're going to get JKS trying to cut off the rotate. Doesn't have to do it now. Could take his time because it doesn't even look like Imperial will try this. Those 2 deaths on B are going to cost them the round, and that's FlyQuest just posted up on the corners.
It's another example with the hall setup with the rifle. This time your ops covering your rifle, but the exact same situation takes place. Vinny's relying on the guy behind them, which is Try, but Try's angle's so depressed he can't see the corner of the smoke that they're walking out on. If he did, it would have actually been fine. Vinny's smart enough to know you can use your ammo if you've got someone covering you.
Yep.
You know, it should be a bait to have them come through. But the thing is, he even gets 2 kills.
Yes.
So just 1 extra.
Trying to hang on to the guns, but JKS has other ideas. These are critical saves. And it's Skulls hanging on to the end, the only player to survive it. You know, Vinny tries his damnedest with that one, gets his kill with the last few bullets in the magazine, but he'd only saved enough bullets for this 1 push. This 1 kill that he delivers, he held up his end of the bargain.
Hit through the wall as well.
And then Ince comes wide to trade out 2. Does so on little health as well. It's going to be another moment where Imperial could have held up a little longer, but ultimately FlyQuest starting strong and continuing. 6-1, 7 rounds into play. And Apartments, I mean, this has belonged to them this entire time. They haven't had to use it, weaponize it, haven't flooded out from balcony at all. But we're going to get a much more forward-facing Imperial this time. Players down towards T-ramp out of the gate. That's Vinny trying to get something going again.
Solid grenade here from far back. Oh, Vinny can't smoke himself out if he gets mollied, so that's one thing. Oh, there's the molly. That's awkward.
Oh,
wow.
Sanctuary, though.
Oh, Vexed's going to try to punish this anyway.
Yep.
Oh, that's so smart, but he doesn't get the kill.
Good on Vinny holding up his end of the bargain these last couple rounds, and for now still alive at 40 seconds. I said we haven't really had balcony play.
No pit.
This is the time, right? This is the first time we see players really move out through balcony, and it is going to unravel this whole setup. There is not a set of eyes on this doorway. JKS makes quick work of the two, and it's a fast scramble from Cello to try to get anything on this site. Again, he's going to go down with nothing. And it's FlyQuest just slicing through that setup.
Oh, this is really awful from Imperial, I can't lie. There's just too many major mistakes happening over and over again. And it's all these rifle rounds as well, where they're getting cleaned out for 2 players, sometimes not even for the price of 1. But 5v4s don't seem to matter. It's just one bad move in a site defense and 2 people die. Can't even put the blame on one site. It's happening equally on A and B.
On top of that, it's another save attempt getting chipped away at. Vinny will be lucky to live with Regali on his heels. Down he goes, clean sweep of the Brazilian side. And FlyQuest taking no prisoners tonight.
Yeah, they're just, they're off it right now. They need to, it's interesting because if you replay some of these situations, you're off by a few centimeters, a couple seconds. But FlyQuest punish game is perfect. I mean, even the call to come out of halls here is beautiful. JKS, amazing rifle work. But again, where their setups fail, there's no one to bail them out mechanically. And with FlyQuest, it's the opposite. The protocols are very sound. Their players are playing very well individually. It's got to be beyond frustrating. I mean, especially going up 1-0 today. And this is a problem beyond coaching as well. I mean, maybe the setups could be talked about more, but I think, you know, missing a spray or not being peeked out like quite enough. It's like, you know, there's better things for Zach to worry about. That's the micro. You should be able to handle that.
At the moment, starting to feel like this one's too far gone for Imperial to recover, but we'll see what they can claw back. Round like this, still keeping some money and coming out with a couple tools for the job. MP7, MP9, pistols. Not a comfortable spot for Imperial, and no game tape so far on Inferno to go off of that'll tell us that they can really fight into these rounds. We're going to need that extra special X factor right here, right now. At the very least,
to smoke this easily, actually, so it's a little awkward. They want to try to.
Majority in position as well for this B site.
Still not. Okay, there we go.
Drops down in front of X site, but again, this is all at 1:20, so we can hit the brakes if we're FlyQuest. Still utility to follow up for the attack.
I think they got enough info, though. I think they saw at least 2, or no, because of the utility. It's another moment for try.
Just gonna look to push off again, and clips JKS on the corner of middle. Comfortable spot for Imperial for a second. You see that rebound coming around through CT spawn. There's going to be a lot of attention on Arch, even now for FlyQuest.
Yeah, they can catch rotators here.
This is 3 strong, working up the Arch side, 5-7 to make contact. And that's going to get Vexite's attention. We get that fast move by Skulls, but Vexite's not biting. He believes there is a second, and he's not wrong about that. Sees a sliver here of Vinny. Will anybody predict this 5-7 push? No, sir. 1 is all he gets, though. Netix rebuttal back with a couple of kills. His man advantage. FlyQuest and Regali out through the balcony. Again, it is try smothered by a well-timing balcony push. This is just too tough of an A site to hold at the moment.
You know, it's not even the best sort of R trap there. They're not watching the CT position. They don't have smokes for library or CT. They're really taking a lot of risks. They walk through their own arch smoke. They're playing this as if they're playing versus a full rifle round, and there were moments where Imperial could have brought this back. They made some just easy moves. They pushed through CT, which was wide open. They took a peek from library, but shot too soon. But both of those spots, FlyQuest weren't looking at them. So they got to be feeling pretty happy they survived this. Imperial, you got to say, I think they just needed to win this. 8-1 now. FlyQuest are just tearing them up.
That moment with the 5-7 pounce could have found more than one back turn, but
like, look at the crossfire technically they have going on. There's lucky they have Netic there firing off.
Regali just finding that timing, man. If you're Try, you are feeling in the dumps at the moment. And yet the fight must still go on. So round 10 and Imperial chase that coveted second. Not a bad way to start this. For a moment, feels like something's gonna go your way, like this round's on your side. It was a 5v3 momentarily there for Imperial. Skulls could have his hands full if the challenge follows through.
I like the rotations because actually we've seen FlyQuest, they want to try to walk through smokes, get really, fast into a position. 3v4, let's see if they still believe they can win. We've already got alt presence right now for Imperial, so it's pretty much a perfect map. Yeah.
Another. That's 2 frag grenade kills coming through for Imperial this round. That is what gets it over the line, surely. A 40 health Netic with 40 seconds and bomb down in front of him. It's going to be a desperate attempt, that's for sure. But Imperial catching 2 kills with frag grenades. Again, you've got the right idea, you've got the right timings. You've clearly figured out where they are and when to deal with them, but there's just this looming question of, is it all too late? 2 rounds into play, or onto the scoreboard.
Yeah.
But it's secured, and you do it with 4 players alive. You give yourself the best case to just catch another more. Tough place to be in, but they will keep on fighting.
We've gone from, a series of tragedies to a picturesque round here for Imperial, so that's nice. The way they won as well, a combination of good spam damage and utility. Multiple kills going their way, great rotations, I think, to call out FlyQuest's late round plans. Can't ask for more, and this half is still, they can still bring it back into play. It's just we haven't seen enough of those rounds to believe it's going to happen, but if it keeps going this way, then maybe they're warmed up.
It's just nice to have 1 round at least in terms of evidence that the protocols are in place. When the timings go your way, the rounds come convincingly with them. And at no point did you really let FlyQuest back into that one. So convincing from start to finish for Imperial's 2nd round win. 4 rounds still best case scenario for a CT side, not a comfortable place to be in. Guns keep coming. Vinny again at bat, critical position. Got Skulls behind him, but
waiting for a flash.
Yeah, Skulls now arriving a bit late. Does get 2.
But the site's open. I mean, they know that now.
So they'll keep the pressure up. This is Netic moving it forward. Regali with the bomb.
It's brutal, man. They lose 2 players at the top of B every round, and the round's over. It shouldn't be that way. They should at least be worried there's a 3rd player coming in, or 1 player gets to fall back. That never happens.
At that point in the half, with such a demanding lead, that we're going to get the desperate retake attempts, surely. Or do you just all save and go for the 3-round half?
I feel like you gotta
give it a
little
look.
bit, yeah, see what happens.
Some kind of a test.
The smoke will come up soon. There's not much more utility here for FlyQuest to work with.
Passing that flashback. Smoke rather down now on JKS. Deep nade into the site. JKS finds timing, gets a bullet to the head. Good hold by Cello on that peak. Netic trying to dive back into the dark side of things, and that bomb's starting to tick quick. We get Regali back into the headshot, awaits his next victim, and now it's going to fall down to just him alone. No scope to the gut of no way, and there's no time left over whatsoever. So Imperial allowed to save 1. But another round racked up against them.
Even if they got that kill, could they have defused? They were already peeling back from that, so yeah, another bad moment here, unfortunately. Try not to be a negative Nancy about Imperial, but just so many errors. And yeah, the 2 kills at the top of Banana, that's just enough information to be like, doors open now. So yes, Skulls had to be there. It's just that this flash just came out so late, and it just put Vinny in an awful spot where he had no room to jiggle peek. Because you can lay down that spray on the cornered sandbags, there's no way to trick you. Eventually, you'll have to run into those bullets. You can only imagine Vinny going flash now, flash now, flash now, flash now, flash now, and then that happens.
Here we get this deeper angle from Try. First time we've seen an op kill come through from the apartment's hold, so something different for the final attempt of Imperial. It's majority here on A, and a pounce out from JKS. Doesn't want to chase that down around the corners. Still simultaneously taking a bit of a sniff towards B site too. Good dink damage.
6 damage.
FlyQuest taking it on the chin on the way in, and Vinny is the next one to get the kill. So we go 5 versus 3 Imperial, looking like a comfortable end to the half, but not a comfortable score at the top of the screen. And that's going to be weighing on them as they'll kick off that T side soon enough. So Hail Mary attempt out of FlyQuest in round 12. But another smoke means we'll wait here at 45 seconds with a 1 HP Regali. Still a good amount of grenades to blanket this site, apply just that little more pressure, and still, I'd say, a later rotate. Cello only now starting to move around inside of Arch. But trusting that smoke grenade, our Skulls and Vinny, now the sprint starts to come over. Down go the CT and Coffin smokes. Standard execute here for FlyQuest. Imperial gonna try to interrupt it with Cello, adding himself from the CT cross, and Vinny's got it handled from the back of sight. The support goes down, and now we're starting to get that answer in.
Be careful. Spam's not coming through either. He's on the safe side of that.
No way, not around like this. Not when you had such a comfortable place. 5 versus 2 secured moments ago.
Ooh, I like this setup.
1 health on Regali, though. I mean, we've got
gets 1, rifle gets another.
Low CT players coming in. Flashbang.
They don't see him?
It hits its mark. They didn't get the angle. Inks goes for the push. Regali, this is 1 HP versus 3. CT smoke still up, and Skulls comes through with it, but just enough to keep Imperial sweating the entire time. It is 3 rounds, a meager 3 rounds of a defense for Imperial as T-side awaits.
So far.
Momentum is very much rolling for the FlyQuest squad. 9
3 on the T side of this best of 1 over Imperial to put themselves in a familiar place. A 2-0 start at a major.
Yeah.
That's where they love to be. It's then pushing it over the line that continues to be the problem.
That break just needed to be so much for, it just needs to bring everything together basically for Imperial, because we're just so many points against them when we talked about each and every round. They lost in a multitude of ways. Both sites had reasons to improve, players to blame. Tri could not get involved in this game, unfortunately, and on the FlyQuest side, punish game was perfect, protocols were solid. They took some risks, and there were moments to embarrass them, but those moments never went the way of Imperial. So even on the firepower front, everything was good. If I'm FlyQuest, you just stay in the flow state. Everything's going really well, and it feels like this game is theirs to lose already.
Go numbers strong, Banana.
This would just be everything. They make the perfect call in the setup here versus the T attack. We'll see.
Just knock a quick pistol round out of the park and call it a day. That's what they're on the brink of.
This could be a nice play from Tri if he doesn't get clipped off. We'll see.
Ooh,
nice
beautiful shot. Oh, second player popped as well. Third is a potential. Tri trying to do it on his own. Vexite, meanwhile, holds off towards Banana only momentarily. It's a chase down onto Tri, and he will get that triple kill. Moving quickly up through the arch side, just popping heads like melons.
Yeah, what a monster. And he was so much frustration in that first half. He's up to 13-6, so it's already been solid enough.
Can't blame him, man. There was some very frustrating timings going down inside of that A site.
Yeah, it was his fault once over on B, but definitely got let down as well. But this makes the game real now.
Yes, sir. Imperial start with a T-side pistol victory. I'm going to delay that FlyQuest parade slightly. Didn't feel like FlyQuest in that round got what they were hoping for with that early numbers stack up towards Banana. Didn't seem like what they had expected is what came to fruition.
I mean, to be fair, two players in CT, one on the arch corner, and if they had caught Tri, then they would know they could clear out mid or know that no one was behind him, and then maybe they rotate back. But when you got a guy like this, I mean, he was a mercenary here for Imperial. Whole round 1 by himself.
Not a bad P250 moment. .57 stacked up on Banana, but nobody immediately behind this smoke grenade. We'll see if the frags still find their marks. No, sir. Expecting them to be a little bit closer, and then good pressure back the other direction out of Imperial, popping that open to find Netting. So you know damn well that FlyQuest aren't faking that there was some kind of movement behind the smoke. And you can send the others back to the bomb site, but this is still Imperial in no rush to finish off this round. They know they're in the driver's seat of round 14. They know that they have a very small margin of error in this second half. But met by smoke at a minute, just as they were starting to take some control towards this B site. How much do they believe is behind it, though? Feels like Vinny's the kind of guy to risk. And so willing to step through himself ahead of the pack, then more bodies to follow suit. Vinny's still getting closer, and that 5-7 greets him with a quick shot between the eyes.
That's a scary moment now, because Imperial took a long time to scout, but they weren't ready for the A play at the same time. They've got to get it together. They let Hins get into a good spot, too. Now the pressure's on Imperial.
Sitting on the site, delivered is Cello to JKS, but they still clear through. Good on Imperial to do it. Eyes on the edge of smoke. Still another challenge, just flies through. That's Vexite attempting to charge down the bomb site, but he will go down with nothing, and it is just enough. Imperial kind of skate by the damage.
I almost forgot. Imperial are the team that, in sketchy situations like that, they are comfortable very low on the time. I don't know where Vinny got that from. in his career, but he, as a caller, really likes the late round situations. It feels like after, after Arts Furia, like things really started to slow down in Brazil, and then in CS2, everything's sped up again. But Vinny's still playing that old school game, I think, where it's like pretty slow-paced T-sides. And, well, it's not my favorite. I think CS2 is meant to be played a little faster, but he's comfortable in that James zone.
Maybe during all that time on Furia, Vinny actually just had other ideas.
Yeah, he said.
There's some pretty fiery personalities over there, and Art was definitely the driving force.
You weren't going against that culture.
No, exactly, right?
That was set in stone.
But of all of them, Vinny did always kind of feel like a bit of sanctuary in the chaos. So now it's his team on his terms.
We don't get Inferno anymore, though.
No. That's a shame.
That was a big thing.
We'll still give him credit if he can call back this one, because the odds were certainly stacked against him after the round count of the first half. Always scary when you round that corner towards the B site, take a 5-7 bullet to the head, and you are not sure if you should follow through. Almost. Almost like it maybe should get nerfed. But for now, the 5-7 reigns terror on the attack.
It's a look of concern and despair on try. Because everybody knows that today can just determine everything.
100%.
The first day every week at these stages.
I mean, day one of a major is always one of the most brutal days of Counter-Strike in the calendar.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you get out of bed today with that clean slate and you either go to bed potentially 0-2.
Or 0-2, yeah.
One day of Counter-Strike decides how difficult or how disappointing of a week you are ultimately going to have. Everybody waits to play at the major, and some people don't get to play for more than 2 days.
I'd like to be in the 1-1 pool, I think.
Yeah, 1-1's all right.
1-1, it's
1-1
like you take
sounds
what you get.
great.
You can live in the idea that it's, maybe we don't win this time, but we'll have some chances.
You lose one game, you might have been unlucky. You lose both?
Yeah,
wow.
You suck.
Today, anyways. So still FlyQuest will await a chance to come through with a buy, but for now there's still some tools out there on the field, right? This Regali MP7 Kevlar, that could be a looming threat. You were able to do some damage in the round prior, so again the 5-7 just takes the head off Vinny. That's 2 rounds in a row. He's been met by that $500 pistol, hits the ground instantly. This time the pistol came to him. And we go 4 versus 4, but what they won't know about is, again, this looming threat. The biggest threat on the field in this MP7. And it's the Desert Eagle to get the trade kill. As 2 bodies try to press their luck into Banana, JKS gets off sight. This is big. He hears this approach, and he's going to just shoot skulls in the back of the head.
Now they gotta
Numbers maintained.
They got to go slowly and look for him. And I don't know if they're going to be able to just score a plant. Smart from Cello to try to go for this. But
Try's got the bomb still cut off over towards alt mid.
Big time, yeah.
So Cello's going to go chasing, right? Hunting instead, and that bomb on 41 health, certainly not a comfortable position.
Oh, he went out. No, this was such a big move from Cello, but now he's chasing ghosts. And this just bleeds time off the clock. Try was hoping that he would find something here.
They could pop up and run B, but a deep mid-peak comes Cello's way. That's now both of Imperial's players tagged, and he's not going to get out of there. Netic keeps the pressure on with his 2nd kill of the round, and it's going to be a 40 health try clutch.
Interesting because, Netic goes down to get an AK. They go back to CT spawn, and Try is smoking this off, pushing back. This kills the clock. This might be a winning spot. Now, the only thing that can change this, however, 2 smokes left over for FlyQuest.
It's a deep smoke as well. They're still worried about this. They're worried that he's pushed up on this, so they've got to go through together, but working with no kits, they also have to play it quickly.
They can smoke CT in the bomb. They're clearing out Con.
Try sitting here.
They've got to go.
Wrapping around.
Get this lineup and Try.
Onto the site they'll go. Oh, they dropped the first smoke, but Netic gets peeled immediately off of it. JKS just has to stick this. There was no other chance to winning this round other than sticking that bomb, and he doesn't take his chance. Possibly not. That's fair. If not for Netic, maybe neither has it, so they'll clear the board of all the players. It's good economic damage done, but a good clutch from Try to get away from middle.
Yeah, I mean, Imperial's making this painful now. It's much more of a realistic climb back into the game. These are scary situations, but they're coming out ahead. showing FlyQuest are not worried about this lead. Well done by Try.
Oh, man. Look at the money. Wait. Imperial save?
What's happening? No one has spent money. Wait, what's happened? Oh, no, they're still in spawn.
Okay, no, HUD's out of whack. HUD's out of whack.
Okay.
Plays live. We've got full guns inside of the apartments. HUD's whack.
Okay.
That's fine. I was like, this is a strategy I've never seen.
Okay, who is this?
Instead, No Way's taking a look down.
No, that was Regali. It was because there's no HUD. So that was MCT side.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get there.
Okay. Going back to B.
Taking utility damage all the while. Oh,
That's
Vexite.
so good considering what they had to work with there.
Stuffs them on the side of the smoke. Still a couple players inside of the site.
Wonder how many they've got left.
3 T's up. Frag grenade onto the default spot. And that's low health for Skulls.
Is it 2? No, there's 3 CTs as well.
They're coming. In numbers. Worried about
Time to
Banana.
get moving.
He sat here on the hold.
Is that? Oh, is there no one else?
And that's a
All right,
defuse.
there it is. Actually, easy rounds.
Has been defused.
That'll be 10 for FlyQuest.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, the boys.
One more added to the scoreboard. Ultimately, Vexite feels like the hero of that round. From what we can decipher, holding off on that smoke grenade for the 2. And there's that backside kill simultaneous, okay? Because it did feel like he had a teammate to work with. Yep, and there it is. Just both players in the post plant ultimately get popped same time. So very smooth ultimately coming through from FlyQuest's retake. Stellar solo Vexite hold into the close. What?
No, that can't be right. If it is, it's not a good look here for Imperial. Are they really down to 2 players? Yes, they are. Right. Oh, this one's for 11, so hey, gonna try to swing for the fences here, but good luck with that. 5v1 with this pickup, and Skulls looks like he's just about to die.
Yeah, it's cleaned up. So this round starts off convincingly somehow, some way. I saw bullet holes all over the wall, so surely smoke spams.
Good utility and
Yeah.
a spray down from
Yeah.
Carr.
They were cooking up something. Imperial
You didn't want to watch that round. It was rated R.
clearly didn't last long enough to really have any kind of fight in that one. So now FlyQuest starting to feel like they're going to put a bow on this. 12 secured.
Make sure we catch the start of this one. For all the marbles here. Imperial showed us a couple of good tries in the second half, but you know, even their wins are very close. Okay, here's watching that back. Double AG.
Oh, into the boost.
With the perfect spam as well. Oh man, that's, yeah, that'll do it. Wow, that's actually beautiful.
No entry allowed.
Visualize.
Vinny's always been one to do that.
Yeah.
Shut the eyes and fixate. Well, Skulls from the same school of thought.
Always go back to the breathing.
Problem for them is Vexite's taking up all the air in the room. Every time they're trying to approach that B site, he's been good for a double kill, and he is just the one to kind of push this one over the line now. So this is going to be Vexite who will be fueling a FlyQuest 2-0 day. We saw his domination on CT side of Train earlier, and well, here we are again with his name in the lights. So it's got to be said that this new formula, the new positionings, it just seems to be gelling well for this FlyQuest as time has gone on, as Azur's had his impact on them. And here we are at another major, a single round away from another 2-0 day. It's the same start that they ultimately had back at Blast Austin, an event that they would then go on to lose 3 consecutive best of 3s and fail to progress. That is the heartbreak that they are trying to cover up here at the StarLadder Budapest Major. And it's almost eerie if you start it the exact same way.
Yeah.
Again, I think they'll be happy about having a chance to focus in on 3 best of 3s. You're never going to be mad that you're the 2-0 team.
No, you can't be.
You can't call
Eventually
it a curse.
That'll work for
right?
you, yeah, more often than not.
I think the fashion of which they've done it as well has been very impressive.
And that might be where Azur comes in to make the difference on, okay, good start, but now good finish as well.
We haven't had to get into the conversation of op play yet for FlyQuest or whether Regal is going to be a driving force as this event goes on, because right now it's just been about Vexite. 2 single maps, all we have in terms of game tape for FlyQuest in Hungary. But if it's not broke, don't fix it.
That's right. They're just looking for an extra, 5%. And then I think their record just looks so much better on international events like here at majors. There's Mr. 5% on your screen, JKS.
Yeah, I mean, JKS doesn't go back to Australia to
lose.
Exactly. Goes back to try to take this team to new heights, brings his old teammate in Azur to add to that. Extra layer of experience. I think a support system as well that a guy like Inns, who has kind of transitioned into this role later on in his career, could go for.
Mm-hmm.
It's certainly welcomed help, we'll call it that. For the longest time, FlyQuest just operated without a coach. Real anomaly in that regard.
All right, let's run it up. This is FlyQuest to see if they can make this game interesting, or if Imperial, if they can make this game interesting, or FlyQuest is just going to close it down now. All the money into this one for Imperial. Going to need a fantastic call and execution here.
2 rounds from the victory. But it was a pistol in conversion for Imperial in the second half that doubled that round count from 3 to 6. No answer yet after the back-to-back Vexite moments.
Vinny's cooking up something. Oh. Okay. I thought that one missed. Vexite's been so good solo.
Gonna keep the pressure on him.
Much damage.
Vinny barely alive, dives back into the corner.
It looked like he just wanted to call out that whole thing and just wanted to go through, but Vexite didn't make a mistake. Didn't give him that little extra peek. He stays alive. They run back to A.
Smokes come down to try to isolate site. This is going to be a tough one for Inns. How far off this bomb site does he want to try to press his luck? Utility sails down towards the other side, and Inns will find one. JKS has still been able to keep his head down for now. Inns doubles back off the flash. That is the kind of team play they need. But it does still leave us to the 2 versus 2.
Gotta get the bomb back. There's no time.
No time. Ground lost. Great interruption coming through, and the clock is going to give that 12th round over to FlyQuest.
Skulls is too late from up in Halls. That was the only reason they couldn't get into the site. If he had peeked out earlier, they could have got back, get that bomb down, and actually put themselves in a winning spot. But that is the danger of playing that late into the round. In my opinion, that style of CS will always lead to more tragedies because like there's something you can't account for every one risk at the end in the last 10 seconds of a round. Like you need everything to go perfectly. It's the same as playing retake setups every single round. It's just too much randomness. It's too little of a clock not on your side that can just throw your game off entirely. They're running right into this. Little damage, but that's it.
Golly hits it, falls back.
The setup shuts it down, really.
Trying to scramble over now are the FlyQuest numbers. It's a bit late, and they're just going to try to... No way. Who are you to go for that no-scope? Nasty shot out over to Golly. Tethered again by JKS. It's a bloodbath. And a beautiful clip for the Opper for the road. FlyQuest will do it again. 2 consecutive majors with a 2-0 kickoff. Kings of the best of ones. And looking for revenge with now a well-oiled machine. This is Vexite in strong CT positions. This is Azert to come through with a helping hand. And Inns with the proper calls shuts this one down quick in convincing fashion.